From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventures. From the mountains of the great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. This is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. Today on Americana Outdoors, it's all about using your Garmin electronics for fishing. We'll be joining Clark Wendlandt and Wade Middleton on their first outing with the Panoptix LiveScope. But first, let's head over to ICAST 2018 and hear what these anglers have to say about Garmin's latest invention.
Hey, I want to talk about the new Garmin Panoptix LiveScope. You know, I've been using the regular Panoptix since it came out with, and I'm totally blown away at how many fish I've caught with the Panoptix. But the LiveScope is a whole new level. What is LiveScope? LiveScope is basically a high definition Panoptix.
You're basically taking a 2D image now and turning it into 3D. It is unbelievable. I mean, to be able to look down at boulders and trees and see the fish moving around those trees and boulders, it's just unbelievable. It's absolutely going to change the game of fishing.
Look at the detail in the picture. I mean, these are trees, and you can actually, you can see the fish swimming. I mean, you could also see that with Panoptix, you know, the original, but this just has a lot more detail, and I can tell the difference between a 2-pound fish, bait fish, a 4-pound fish.
So what we're telling ourselves is the docks that we're seeing, the size of them, that's part of the education process.
You have the ability with LiveScope to switch the transducer on your trolling motor 1 notch and switch it to an all-down view.
You're not just seeing directly below you, you're actually seeing behind the boat, in front of the boat, while you're looking down based on which way you're pointing that transducer. So if you're looking down and you have that trolling motor pointed forward, you're seeing out in front of the boat a little bit and behind the boat. If you turn the trolling motor side to side, you're actually seeing a pan side to side.
You know, when you get out here fishing the sonar, looking at them on the drop shot, we've got our Panoptix going on the LiveScope. We literally can see the dots everywhere down there. We're going to drop right back down on them again. And when you can see them, and put a bait in front of them, they'll bite it.
It's amazing. It's not only amazing for catching fish, it's amazing for allowing you to learn what fish do on different days. This is unbelievable technology. I can't fish without it. It's really something special. So the Garmin Panoptix LiveScope is the real deal.
Now let's catch up with Clark and Wade on Fayette County Lake and witness Garmin's Panoptix LiveScope in use.
You know, today was the first opportunity I had to use Garmin's new LiveScope. It's just like Panoptix. It looks forward, but the thing about it is it shows incredible detail. Like you were looking at a TV picture of it happening down below you. A lot of this is just kind of a learning curve for us, Wade, and first thing we figured out is you really can see your bait really well. I mean, it doesn't matter where your bait is, the cone's pretty big, so if your bait's a little bit left or a little bit right, you can see it really well. And then those fish, what I'm amazed is how quick they're moving. They're moving around. Now, we're not getting many bites, but you can see the fish clearly.
Clearly, I mean, everything that's going on, and it's like you're learning a new technique, a new way to fish for the first time. I mean, this is brand new, straight out of the box to us, so pretty interesting. Very powerful tool as far as making a guy that doesn't do this kind of fishing really all of a sudden gain confidence in it and an understanding of what's going on.
Look at this, it's a giant bluegill, Wade.
Holy cow.
Look at the size of that bluegill. I mean, good grief. He's bigger than my hand.
He's big.
So that's part of what we're seeing down there. Now that is cool. I don't care what anybody says.
That's dinner in the Wendlandt household.
Look at the size of that guy. I mean, it's like a crappie.
When you look at a traditional sonar, it's a flashlight beam straight to the bottom. Right. This cone is so much bigger. You know, we're throwing out here 30, 40 feet in front of us. We're drop shotting left, drop shotting right, and we can actually see our bait versus the old style where it just was in a little flashlight cone. And so I'd get frustrated. I didn't feel like I had any chance to be able to pull it off. And today is not a day, I wouldn't do this in the old school way because I'd never see my bait. I would never know where I was.
Yeah, and we get frustrated with that. I do too. I'm a forward fisherman. I like to fish fast, power fish. But what I've learned is is using Panoptics and now this LiveScope is that what I see down there, I actually can see my bait in the cone and I know it's my bait. I can see the weight, I can see the bait above it.
The reaction to your rod moving?
I mean, absolutely. You hop it up off the bottom, you see it hop up off the bottom.
Pretty amazing piece of technology. There comes one after it. God, look at his tail, you can see his tail. You can see his tail. I don't know if it's a carp or a catfish or what. He didn't bite it, but he went down after it again. They react to it though. I mean, he swam away. Now he's swimming back over it. Look at him. It's like, got him! Yeah. It just tells you, when you look at what we're looking at down there and the size, I mean, this is educational because we're learning, you know, what each one of these sizes of fish are gonna look like. And I go back to my ice fishing adventure, and we're sitting there and we're dropping on the traditional Panoptics and the way you could watch them swim over. And now with LiveScope, I mean, if you can see the fins on fish this size and how they're reacting and chasing your bait up, can you imagine when we find something that's real?
You know, Garmin's an amazing company. They just have so much technology at their disposal that they're putting into their marine electronics. And as far as the future goes, I can't wait to get this in my hands. I mean, there's no doubt in some situations it's going to be a difference maker. And so with that technology, I think the future is sky high.
Up next, we join Jason Christie on Lake Amistad as he gives us some more in-depth knowledge of his experience using the new Garmin Panoptics LiveScope.
As people who love the outdoors, we know what we stand for. We stand for fish, wildlife, and conserving the places they call home. We stand for the traditions we inherited and that we must pass on. We stand for great gear, fair prices, expert service, and memorable experiences. At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we stand together for you.
You sons of fishes. Ain't enough fish on this lake for 2 clubs.
Really? Well, we see plenty of fish live with Panoptics.
Yep. Dang, we should get Panoptics. Maybe we'll just take yours.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope.
There he is. Oh, I got him.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time.
You know, I can remember the first boat I ever bought. It came standard with Garmin electronics, and they wanted to make a big push in the freshwater market, and I wanted to be a part of that. And you know, when I first came on, I was involved a lot, and I still am involved a great deal in a lot of the things that happen with the units and things like that. And you know, it's just pretty cool to see the things that's changed. I mean, you go from Panoptics to LiveScope, and what LiveScope was is they took that 2D picture and they made it 3D. With Panoptics, the original Panoptics, you had to, in your mind, you had to translate what you were seeing to what was there, and that was still cool. I understood that, and a lot of people do, and they were able to translate that just like that. Well, with LiveScope, it takes all that translation out. I mean, you know, I see fish, I see the fins on fish, and honestly, I can tell the difference between a bass, a carp, you know, perch, shad, bait, things like that, and that's really the difference. But as far as setup, it is not intimidating. There's really 3 things that I really adjust and things like that. First of all, you can see here the scale on the top. Right now we're at 70 feet. This is how far forward we're looking. This unit's set on auto, so it's going to change based on the depth that you're fishing on. So I'll mess with that a little bit. Probably the biggest thing that I adjust is the gain. You know, that's the sensitivity. Other than that, that's all you do. You cannot be intimidated. The best way to learn for me is to just get in here hands-on, go to playing with things while you're fishing, sitting in your garage, whatever, but don't be intimidated. You can always remember in this unit, if you get in here and you get to, say you got something set too high or something set too low, there's always a factory default. You can go in there, you can hit factory default, and that unit will go back to the exact settings that left the factory. The unit actually has really good settings whenever it leaves the factory. Obviously, as a pro angler, I change a few things when I get out here. I think that makes it a little bit better, but factory settings are always good. First of all, just simply the mapping. Some of the things that I look for that I'm gonna set up is a heading line. There's a line that you can extend from your boat. Wherever this boat is pointing, the keel of the boat, you have a heading line out there. And I'm gonna set mine on the front at 100 feet, which is almost the same as LiveScope, where it's the same cast. And back here in the back, I'm gonna set it at 1 mile. And that kind of gives me a relation. If I'm running down the lake, I know how wide the lake is. A lot of the places I fish are brand new. Pretty much what you're looking at here is factory settings, so this is something that you can't be scared of. Another cool thing about these units in Garmin is that I'm able to customize a lot of things. Every lake that I go to is a little bit different. Every scenario is a little bit different. You can look here on this boat, how many combos he has preset. You have the nav, the fishing chart, a 2D sonar. You have some that are split 4 ways, and it takes 2 button pushes. And then you got exactly what you want. I can preset anything. And if I don't like that, if I go to a lake, I want something else, I can just go in and create a new combo. Add combo, edit combo, so many things. If we sat here and did videos over all the features, we would be here a week. Wade's got a fish.
I saw him live down there. While you're teaching, I'm listening and learning.
Well, we knew they were there.
You can see them all over the place. You're seeing them on the traditional and clear, and I was watching them on live at the same time. We've captured one.
Did you get him on the bottom, or was he?
Nah, he was suspended on that drop. Well, there's a lot of them down there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Fish of the day.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with Jason and Wade for more on Panoptix LiveScope.
Groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance.
Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here.
Yamaha's legendary reliability begins when you turn the key on your new outboard. Now, when you say yes to Yamaha reliability, turn the key on even greater value. For a limited time, purchase a qualifying Yamaha outboard up to 115 horsepower and get 5 years of warranty protection, plus up to $500 in dealer credit. And on qualifying 150 to 300 horsepowers, get 6 full years of warranty protection. So say yes to reliability and say yes to a great deal from Yamaha.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Yamaha Marine. Reliability starts here. Secret Lures. The secret is out. Bradley Smoker. Food smoking made easy. And by Sawyer Products. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors.
Garmin is a very unique partner. They keep throwing things out there, and I ask myself, what else can they do? They never are satisfied to me, and that's what's cool being involved with them is we want to have the best products, not only today, but tomorrow and next year. If I had to pick one function out of the mapping that makes me more efficient, it's the depth shading, which what that is I'm able to shade certain depths a different color. And the way that helps me is just at a quick glance. Red is, 5 foot or less. I know if I'm catching them 5 foot or less, I need to be in the red. Just all the features and the functions, so it makes me a lot more efficient. I'm able to move a lot faster and cover so much more water and know exactly what's down there.
I mean, I'm looking at them straight under me. I mean, I'm such a forward-looking fisherman. I mean, that's how I grew up. I know that's kind of your world too, but now I feel like I can look down and catch them.
My question is would you have caught those fish if you had not seen them?
Oh no, because I'd have been throwing at that bush going all the way down there. I would have never done that. But I mean, you're right. I mean, I would have gone blazing down through here. I'd have been throwing at the bank. I'd have been fishing, you know, fast, throwing a swim bait along through here. And I mean, they're just stacked all through here. And whether they're big or small, I mean, this isn't a tournament. We're just kind of fun fishing.
Look at them.
But it shows you how detailed this stuff is. I mean, when you look at being able to see your drop shot when you drop it, I mean, you can, you know, I mean, those fish are there just like, you watch the bait go down, look at him go down after it. There's like 5 of them went after it right there, and then, you know, you pick it up and bam. You know, I did an ice fishing show this past year with it, and that was the darndest thing. That was just traditional. And, you know, we were catching like little 2 and 3 inch fish, and you could see the detail was amazing to me. You ever ice fished?
Just at home, and ice be about 1 inch thick standing on a dock.
We'll join Wade on that ice fishing adventure shortly. So far, we've heard all about the new Panoptix LiveScope, but Garmin has a variety of mapping capabilities that can help any angler. Daryl Rollins is here to demonstrate how to set those up.
It's a function that all the anglers use. We set up several different combos, specific charts, specific sonars, and you set the graphs up for what they're going to be doing, whether that be running to a location or fishing or pre-fishing. So I'm going to set this up with the data that an inland guy wants to see. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to touch and hold this box, and it's going to bring us up the sub-menu. So I'm going to come down to System and Time of Day with seconds. Same with the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to touch and hold that. Now I'm going to scroll up to Temperature, and I'm going to put the water temperature in that corner. So now I have the GPS speed, the time with seconds, the water temperature, and the digital depth, all available on this map.
When you look at what these tools give a fisherman when you combine them all, I mean, what's the end result?
Well, everybody becomes a better fisherman. The guy that used to go to the lake once a month now becomes a better fisherman that one weekend that he gets to go to the lake. I mean, that's the biggest thing that you see. People that couldn't catch fish before can now catch fish. That little guy.
Yeah, he choked on it.
The end user has the ability to set up different depth ranges for finding fish at certain depths. And I actually have a system that I go through to set up colored depths on every graph. I do a red color for my 0 to 5 foot. And then I try to make really opposing colors at the next point. So I may use a bright green as my 6 foot to 11 foot. And it's real easy to go in and change those depths to different numbers or hide the color if you choose to. Really, really a sweet feature. If you're not using that today, you need to turn that on today.
We'll be right back after these short messages.
Secrets are created to protect information, but keeping a secret is not as easy as it seems. For over a decade, anglers across the nation have used Secret Lures tackle to reel in their catch. From small ponds to large bodies of water and tour-level events, the secret to their success has been tied to the end of their line all along. They've been using Secret Lures. First you've heard of them? Maybe your fishing buddies aren't really your buddies. Visit secretlures.com and place your order today.
At Sawyer, we use the best technology to make simple products that keep you going regardless of your journey. So whether you're boating, hiking, fishing, camping, or hunting, we keep you outdoors with a full lineup of products to both protect you and make the outdoors more enjoyable. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors.
We demand a lot from the products that we use on our adventures around the world. When it comes to keeping things seriously cold, we rely on Angle Coolers, who have for over 50 years kept things cold. Angle Coolers, the original high-performance cooler.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Angle, the original high-performance cooler. Sunline, the strength to guarantee your confidence. And by Hobie, Hobie Fishing Mirage Drive pedal systems.
You know, I love an adventure as much as anybody. Fishing, hunting, you know, hiking with my family, whatever it might be. And I've looked back for years and said, man, why do people go ice fishing? Why would you want to stare at a hole and just stare at that hole? Well, now I get it beyond a doubt, because when you stare at that hole, you're staring at your electronic screen of your Panoptix and you're seeing everything that's going on. I mean, it's just an amazing time on the water, whether you're catching, you know, 2 or 3 inch fish or big walleye. This is amazing.
Here he comes. Now, see how it's all become one?
Yeah.
Now just sort of slowly lift. There you go. Oh, there you go. First one. Sunfish.
First one through the ice. How cool is that?
It's a good sized fish too. Look at that.
Well, that's so cool.
Decent size.
Not about the size of your hand, so we just throw him right back through the hole, huh?
Sure, let him go.
This ice bundle is really cool in how it sets up. And when I first saw Panoptix years ago, I thought this is gonna be great for those guys. Little did I know how cool a feature, how cool a tool this really is. You've got a pole that you can spin around left and right, you know, make a 360-degree circle for your forward, then you adjust it to where it's looking down. And you carry this from hole to hole, and you can maneuver it around and see at a moment's notice, we're in a dry hole, there's no fish around, or man, we've got them right here, jig it up, jig it down, drop it down 14 feet, set the hook.
See the jig going down? You see the crappies underneath it? Here, he's coming up already for it. Got him, oh yeah.
You got them lining up now.
They're
nice.
That's a bluegill. Here, he's gonna be right on it. Here he comes, he's coming up already. Got him.
Wow, you got him fired up.
There's a nice bluegill here. Wade, look at that one.
Yeah, that's a good one there.
He's got a messed up nose, look at this. He's kind of messed up. Keep these fish going while they're still here. I don't see any underneath me anymore. So that's the thing is, these fish as they roam, it's hard to stay on top of them with a traditional sonar because you're only looking at such a small area. But with Panoptix, especially live view forward, you can scan to the side and go, boom, they're 30 feet that way, or boom, they're 60 feet that way. And that's happened twice now. We're cutting holes, getting on top of the fish, and they're biting, and we just got to be on top of them.
Oh, he's a little bitty guy. Check him out.
Oh, a perch.
Little perch. Well, that's so cool. Catch all the different species while you're out here. That's so fun. I mean, when you drop down there and you can see the target separation between the bait and the fish, and whatever's catching will let you get back in there real quick before it gets too cold on you. I mean, it's so neat. I mean, when you sit over here and you look at the screen, you actually can see that fish just swim all the way back down to the bottom right there. I mean, going all the way down that fast. And it would literally, after I let him go, you can watch your bait go down, you can see them react, come up off the bottom, you can watch everything go down. And then you still have the sensitivity of obviously the bite when you're holding your rod in your hand. I mean, this is, you know, it's just, there's no words that truly put what you get to see in this live type of a fishing situation. When you look back on experiences and you have to rate them, you know, all of them are exciting to me. I've said many times, and I get asked this question, what do you like the most? I like everything about the outdoors. This ice fishing trip, I mean, I'm gonna rank it right up there to 10. We got out here in a safe situation. We caught a lot of fish. I got to see a product that I just love to fish with all the time anyway, in action in another environment, and learn more tricks about it. I mean, I will be back. I'm already planning my next adventure, so A+, I'm gonna do it again.
Hey, thank you for watching, and join us next week on a new episode of Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.
Probably one of the #1 questions I get, what line do I use?
That's a big debate. For every tour out there, everybody's debating which line.
I choose the simple side. My choice of line is Sunline. One of my favorite lines to use is Sunline.
How all can you use it? Anywhere you want to. Anywhere there's water and bass, it's good. Walleye, catfish, trout, speckled trout, sharks.
There we go.
I don't say this unless I think it's true, but honestly, it's the best in the market.
Hobie's Mirage Drive kayaks set the standard for fun on the water. Whether your passion is fishing, sailing, or recreational adventure, Hobie's got a kayak for you. Hobie's Mirage Drive mimics nature's proven designs for efficient and powerful propulsion and enhances your kayaking experience. Mirage Power, Mirage Performance, Mirage Drive. Hobie, enjoy the ride.
Here at Big Bite Baits, we've got a big line of different plastics, and they're all a tool, so you want to have them with you all the time.
I made several checks in crowded areas flipping that right there. Just a 6-inch Big Bite Creetail worm.
Here at Big Bite, we came out with 4 brand new colors this year. All 4 of these colors are going to be great fish catching baits. Definitely my #1 go-to bait that Big Bite has out right now is the Big Bite Battle Bug.
Big Bite is leading the way when it comes to innovation and colors.
Many said that we were just obsessed when we started, that there had to be an easier way to smoke food. As time passed, the Bradley family created a lineup of Bradley electric smokers that has made it easier for the novice or even expert chef to get perfect results every time they use it. Grab yourself a Bradley smoker and take your cooking to an all-new level.
Combining the best of old-world craftsmanship with state-of-the-art technologies to bring fishermen everywhere a fishing rod that's feather-light, extremely sensitive yet remarkably durable for any fishing condition or situation. Denali rods, tournament tested and tournament tough.
I got my power pole down.